Hi friends. Today I was thinking about what we could do with just a few little supplies from home, and I found this cool accordion type fish that I thought was really cute. And all you need is construction paper or regular paper, and you can color it, whatever you have, a pair of scissors, glue stick, and I have my markers, smelling markers. I have a couple of different color papers here, and I'll tell you about why when we get to that part. Okay, first, you need a square paper, and we know that squares have 4 sides and 4 corners, but we know also that every side on a square is the same length. So if I look at this paper, it's long, short, not all the same. So this is a rectangle, so we have to make this a square. And there's a very easy way to do it without having to measure. Take my paper and I fold the corner right over to the edge where it meets naturally, where it lines up on the edge. And then I crease it so it looks like this, okay? And then when I open it up, it looks like this. So as it's creased, I leave it, and I'm going to cut off that little extra rectangle here. We don't need this extra rectangle. That's the part of the paper that's making it so that it's not square. So just get rid of that little piece. Save it, because you can use this for another project. And then open it up and you have a square with all equal sides. So this is perfect shape we need for our fish. Now, you have it creased in the middle and you open it up and it looks like this. The next thing you're going to do is similar to when you're making a paper airplane. So if you've made a paper airplane, this should be easy for you. You're going to take one edge and fold it right into that middle line, that middle crease. So you're lining up the edge of the paper with the center crease line. And then you're doing the same thing on the other side. They're going to meet in the middle. They're going to meet right in the middle. Sometimes it's hard to line it up perfectly, and that's okay. We'll just do the best we can. But then you end up with something that looks like this. You're going to take this shape and you're going to fold, just back fold to the middle piece again so that it's folded into this triangle, okay? This is where we're going to start using the scissors. So the important part here is to know that you're going to use this little crease line that's still here as a guide for cutting, okay? So once you have this triangle, you're going to start making little cuts. That's going to end up being the gills for the fish. Now, we're going to use our scissors, and we are not cutting all the way across because that will end up cutting the fish in half and then it won't look right. But we are going to take our scissors and snip lines using this crease line as a guide as where we're going to stop. So I'm going to just start way up top and snip the paper, and as soon as I get to that little crease line, I'm going to stop. And I'm just going to keep going all the way down, right into that crease line. So I have cut all the way to the crease line this many little gills, and I'm leaving about this much on the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You can do it however you want. This is just going to show the tail, and then this part will be like the body part. So when you open it up again, look at it this way, you can see where the tail is going to be, and then this part will be the head. I'm going to fold it closed, just like this, back to that like ice cream cone looking shape. And this is where I see his tail and his head, but it looks like a funny head. So I'm just going to round off the nose so that it doesn't look like my fish has a beak. And all I'm doing is taking my scissors and just going to make this a little bit round. Like that. If you want a fish with a pointy nose and a beak, leave it. I'm going to save this for another project. And so then I'm looking at it as I open up, and now I have what looks like almost like a fan, okay, to fan myself. This is where you're going to start to glue the fish together. So you don't need a lot of glue, and you only need to put glue on one part. You're going to put glue on one of these triangle shaped panels over here. So from here to here, a little bit of glue, and then you're going to close up your fish. And you're going to glue it shut like that. So it looks like, almost like an ice cream cone. And there's his tail. So remember, don't need a lot of glue. Just put some on this triangle panel here. And then making sure I'm not wrecking my glue stick. Rolling it back down when I'm done. And then I'm going to put those two triangle shapes together, like that. Now remember, it's not about how much glue, it's about how long you wait to let the glue dry and stick. So I put my hand inside it like that so I can kind of give it a rub and give it a way to stick down without kind of squishing his tail all up gently. Couple seconds. See how he's moving a little bit. It's looking good. It's looking good. Right, so if I'm looking at my other fish here, now we're just kind of adding on some of the details to make him look more like a fish. So you guys know that you need a fin for his tail and then some side fins and some eyes. So this is where you can get creative. You can use markers for eyes. You can use whatever you want. I have some paper left over from this guy. I like to use all the paper I have instead of wasting brand new paper. Remember, I'm not great at cutting circles, but I don't care. So I'm just going to quickly cut out a couple of circles for the eyes. And then I'm going to use my black marker. Because I like black. Use any color. Put a dot in the middle for one eye. Put a dot in the middle for the other eye. And then this is a trick that I'll tell you with my glue, and anyone who knows me knows that I like you to put glue on the bigger paper instead of the smaller paper. So it's much easier to put glue on this size paper than it is to put on this little guy. So I'm going to put the glue right where I want the eye, just a little bit, and then put the eye on the glue instead of trying to put glue on this little piece and getting it everywhere. Hold it down, and then do the same thing on the other side. Give him his eye over here, just a little bit of glue. Oh, he's looking great. So there's my blue-eyed fish. He's kind of missing a few things, so now I'm going to start to add. You notice, this is the mouth of a fish. This guy doesn't really have much of a mouth. So I have to make the under part, which is like their jaw or their bottom lip. I'm going to take, this is what worked out really nice. Remember way back when we cut our paper into a square and we had to cut that one piece off? That's left. I put it over here. So now I'm just going to make it into his jaw by cutting maybe like a half a circle. Very easy. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's really on the underside of the fish, so you probably won't even see it that much. Just like that. Little dome. And then flipping him over, you glue it right on the bottom and around the sides. Now it does look like it's a little big, so I can glue it and glue it up, or I can trim it. No problem trimming it. Making it a little bit smaller. This is a pretty big piece of paper, so I'm going to put the glue on this guy. Now I don't have to glue the whole thing because I'm only putting part of it here. So I'm going to stick this little guy here, and remember, give it a hold, let that glue dry to make sure our piece sticks, and now he has a mouth. So what's left? His fins and his tail fin. This is where I like to get creative and add color, so I like a lot of color. Put a little more glue there so his mouth doesn't fall apart. Let's see, purple, blue, I think I'm going to go with green. I'm going to give him a green tail fin and two green arm fins? No. Side fins? Whatever. Remember the trick I told you, if you want to make two things that are the same, you just fold the paper in half. You cut once and you end up with two. So, the shape of the fin, I just kind of made it up. It looks like almost like a raindrop. That's fine with me. Doesn't matter. All fish are different, so could look like a petal. I'm good with those. Put a little lines on him to make it look like he's got scales on his little fins. And then glue each one of them to the bottom. Almost ready. Almost ready. Last thing is his tail. He's so cute. You need to put his little fin on his tail. Now, I just kind of made it look like a fan. Kind of like a rounded triangle with squigglies. So you could even start with a triangle if you want. That might be an easy way to do it. And then just kind of round the top on it. So you could leave it like this. Maybe even get creative and give it some cuts. Or just do your little thing, whatever you want to do. Make it look like that. Okay. And then I will just put some little detail here for this fishy so he can feel happy in the ocean. So he looks cute. Now, this is the bigger one this time because it's a little itty bitty tail. So I am going to put it on this one. Right at the top, just a little bit. Remember, you don't need a lot, you just need a dab. Dab will do ya, but it's about holding it long enough to let it dry. Sorry, fishy, I squished your tail. I'm gonna give you a little fix there. And once he's all dry, you have your accordion fish. And now they are ready to go swimming. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you make some really amazing fish. Bye!